William Arthur Ward said the following. He said, "Flatter me, and I may not believe you. Criticize me, and I may not like you. Ignore me, and I may not forgive you. Encourage me, and I will not forget you." Ladies and gentlemen, my name is JohnPinto, and I am the co-founder and operations manager of White Light Investments. I have a master's in environmental law and governance, and I'm currently enrolled for my PhD in property law. From a young age, I knew that my destiny would be great. I knew that I was destined to be a market trendsetter. I knew that I was destined to be one of the richest men in Africa. Have I got there? Not yet. But I haven't given up on my dream. I'd like to give a quote by Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She said the following: "If your dreams do not scare you, they're not big enough." This quote summarizes my life in one sentence: I'm a dreamer. Let me give you a bit of background on White Light Investments. It was founded in 2009. Our main operation in Namibia is waste management. We are the sole distributors of biosmart products both in Namibia and in several other countries throughout the SADC region. We are currently in the process of setting up a factory that will manufacture biosmart in Namibia and then export them to several other countries for which we have the sole distributorship for. So you might ask, what is biosmart? Before I give an explanation of what is biosmart, I would like to give you the status quo of what harmful chemicals are currently doing to both us and our water resources. They did a study on 30 babies, and they tested the blood of those babies. And all 30 results came back positive for chemicals. Chemicals ranging from plastics to cleaning detergents to chemicals used in non-stick coating. And this really shows what chemicals are doing to us as humans. We might not think that it does anything, but clearly there are results to prove it. Secondly, a BBC report which was done by Richard Black states that 80% of the world's population do not live in areas where water is secure, fresh drinking water. So we can clearly see that this is becoming a problem, and the more we ignore it, the more it becomes the elephant in the room. So with the above facts in mind, I felt that as an African, I could not leave the status quo to continue. I felt that further, as an environmental lawyer, there was an obligation placed upon me to do something about it. I felt that I had to be innovative and find a solution that would strike a balance between treating waste and between conserving the environment. So with the above facts in mind, I'd like to give you a brief explanation of what biosmart is. Biosmart is a range of biological products that are there to enhance natural enzymes to break down organic waste and odors. Now, this picture gives a brief description of how biosmart works. So the friendly bacteria in biosmart produce enzymes. These enzymes then break down large particles and then consume the particles as food. Now, what is unique about biosmart is there are only two byproducts of biosmart, and that is carbon dioxide and water. Further, when there is no food in a certain environment, just say it's a sewage system, for example, the minute the food source is depleted, biosmart becomes dormant. The minute a new food source is introduced into the environment, they start to regeminate. Obviously, during this process, you are eliminating the food source, which means bad bacteria no longer have food, which means naturally they die. We have a wide range of products. We have products for sewage applications, products for hair salon applications, product for fuel spills and hydrocarbon spills, amongst others. So you might say, wow, this product sounds like heaven on earth. But the truth is, it has not been easy. There have been challenges in getting this product to become profitable, and I will just share a few of them with you. So the first hurdle was the fact that it was a new concept, both to Namibia and to Africa at large. Our older generation did not understand how bacteria can be a good thing. We were told, why do we need to spend money treating waste? There's more important issues like building houses. So clearly, it was something that took a bit of time for people to understand. Secondly, we did not have pilot projects, or we did not have references as it was a new product. This meant that whenever we would do presentations, the first question I would be asked is, so where has this product worked? And obviously, I would give European scenarios where the product would work, and clearly, they were not impressed by that. So it meant that as a company, we had to take a decision. We had to sit down and say, look guys, this is not working. So as a company, we decided to fund pilot projects. So it meant that besides covering overheads of the company, we had to take out of our own resources to fund pilot projects in order to get reputable references. This process took 2 years. And believe me, these 2 years were one of the hardest 2 years of my life. At times I felt, why should I continue? Why should I put so much effort when nothing is coming back? And I remember the breakthrough came when we did a pilot project for a big institution. And I remember going to this meeting, and I like what Gil said. I felt like I knew nothing. But anyway, I went there. And we were supposed to give a breakdown of how the pilot project would carry on and bring documentation on the safety of the product since there were bacteria and so on and so forth. And during this meeting, I was asked, so you guys offer this product, but do you do maintenance and repairs of sewage pump stations? And automatically my answer was yes. I had never done it before. And I said, of course, you know, as a company, we believe in offering a full package. And yes, I sold the idea. Anyway, we were given the pilot project, plus we were asked to do a site inspection at one of the settlements, and we were told, please go and do an assessment and tell us what needs to be done. I remember that night I went home. The internet was my best friend. I Googled every sewage pump station and every pump that you could possibly think of. By the morning, I was a mechanical engineer in my own right. But needless to say, repair and maintenance of sewage pump stations has now become our biggest turnover. If I had refused the opportunity or if I had doubted that we were able to do it, believe me, the company would not have gone into markets or it would not have expanded the way it has. So I'll give a current position of our business. We have our main operation in Namibia. We have branches in Zambia and Zimbabwe where BioSmart is marketed and sold. And we have, for the first time, gone into the mining industry. It has not been easy. There is low world prices, there is labor unrest within Africa in the mining industry, and it's very cost intensive. But it's a risk that I was willing to take, because I am a son of the soil, and I believe that my destiny lies within the resources of Africa. It is not for us to watch our resources be exported, but it's time for us to take the initiative and to take the risk to get our own resources and empower ourselves. In conclusion, I would like to say the following. Through my journey as an entrepreneur, I've discovered one thing. As Africans, we look down upon ourselves. As Africans, we do not believe that we can be innovative. We do not believe that we can change the world. We feel as though our place is just to be dictated to and to go on with the status quo. But I want to leave one message today. If you don't remember anything else I've told you about BioSmart, about the wonderful product, and about who I am, remember this. Do not be afraid. I'd like to end with a quote by one of my iconic leaders. I was told, you know, everyone uses Nelson Mandela, so please don't use him. But to be honest, he speaks the most sense out of our African leaders. So I would like for you to indulge me as I share this quote. He stated the following: I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. At this time, I would like to play a video of an interview that was done on BioSmart, just so that you can get a feel of what we've done, and maybe there's some unanswered questions that you might find within the video.
Based on the same concept as antibiotics using good bacteria to fight bad bacteria, their product outcompetes the waste consuming it as food. BioSmart products create a film wherever you dose or apply, and it multiplies. As long as there is food, it will consume it, cleaning the system and leaving just water and carbon dioxide.
a landfill has a projected lifespan. So just say, for example, a landfill has a lifespan of 15 years. When that landfill is full, all that the regional councils or the municipalities will do is cover that landfill and then go into an expense, which is capital in nature, so obviously in the millions, to build a new landfill and then transfer the waste to the new landfill. Now what our product does is it increases the lifespan of the landfill, because you are now increasing the capacity of the landfill. So instead of 15 years, it might go to 20, it might go to 25, depending on how much waste is coming into the landfill. Therefore, you are giving municipalities, you are giving regional councils an extra 5 years to use those funds in other capital projects such as building houses, building infrastructure.
White Light Investment sees this as the ultimate solution for municipal solid waste landfills, which can be dosed to preserve the landfill capacity, making it last for longer.
We've done a pilot project in the Omaheke region through the Omaheke Regional Council, where we have dosed sewage lines, we have dosed septic tanks, and what we found is that we dosed at the beginning of the month. By the end of the month, when we did the site inspection with the engineer, we found that there was just water in the septic tank. So in other words, all the human waste, all the toilet paper and newspaper had been consumed by the products.
The News on One followed up on the mechanical engineer from the Ministry of Works, Matlasela Muzuruze, who has been with the team throughout.
Came and dosed the sewer lines as well as the sumps for the pumps. The chemicals, they worked, they disintegrated can I say, the bacteria in the chemicals. They ate all the solids and we were only left with clear water.
Mazuruze says the government needs to support private sectors in their efforts to contribute to the development of the country.
I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to address you and for being able to share what our company does and the products we offer. I've put that little phrase there not because it's political, but because of its meaning. It basically means the struggle continues. Victory is certain. And I believe that is what the message I leave for you today, is that we will continue to struggle, but victory is certain. I thank you.